Previously on MasterChef Australia.
I know what they're capable of, and I reckon you can nail them.
Mindy just missed out on winning immunity.
You are cooking amazing food, and it's kind of terrifying.
And both Lydia and Matthew said farewell to the MasterChef kitchen.
I've had a great time. I can't think of a better experience.
Tonight,
we like them sweet or savoury, but today they must be sweet.
a super-sized mystery box will see the toughest cooks crumble.
I'm not at all confident with what I'm about to attempt.
This is our dream challenge to taste.
Then, it's the ultimate Mexican standoff
Ándale, ándale, ipa, ipa!
in a prickly invention test.
Don't forget, we want the whole enchilada.
Ay, caramba.
The grand prize in Australia's biggest cooking competition, the chance to work alongside the country's best chefs, a book publishing deal, $100,000 to kickstart their food dream, and the title of Australia's next MasterChef.
Burning up in my heart like a flame, like a brighter shooting star. In our souls, we all know our dreams make us who we are. We got today, so spin me round and show me the way back to burning up in my heart like a flame, like a brighter shooting star. In our souls, we all know our dreams make us who we are.
It's a brand new week, and I don't think there's one person to watch out for. It's too far to go yet in the competition. There's so many people here. Obviously, there's been certain people who've been up in the top 3 in a number of challenges, but everyone can have a bad day. Everyone can have a belter of a day. So it's a matter of just watching out for yourself at the moment and trying to do the best you can.
I'm just trying to decide how I wish to present myself to the world today. I'm thinking I'm going to wear my lucky red dragon t-shirt and my new favourite jeans. Having faced elimination last week, I'm going to dig a bit deeper and see if I can't create some unusual combinations for the judges to try and just really put a lot more into it.
Cooking time. Oh, yeah.
Very tall mystery boxes this time. Welcome back to a brand new week in the MasterChef kitchen. You all excited? Yes. I wonder what's inside those boxes, huh?
Sam, it's quite a large box in front of you.
It is a big box, George.
You must be hoping for something. Sweet, savoury.
Oh, look, George, there's no hiding it. I love my savoury. So, you know, hoping for a bit of protein in there that's not tofu.
Okay. Let me give you a few clues of what's in the mystery box. We like them sweet or savoury. But today, they must be sweet. You may lift the lids now.
Woohoo! Flour, eggs, butter, sugar.
Not a lot of fun there for me.
Yes, that's right. Today, your challenge is to make biscuits.
We stand before you, the 3 founding members of the Australian Biscuit Appreciation Society. We love our biscuits, so this is our dream challenge to taste. I'm gonna treat your biscuits just like I'd treat a dish in a really good restaurant. They can be really, really simple if they are the best I've ever tasted. How are you gonna take your biscuit and make it stand out from the crowded aisles of benches that we have here? Because that's your challenge.
You've got all the things that you need to make a basic biscuit in front of you under that mystery box. But to add the sparkle, you need to pick your ingredients from this pantry. There's nuts and dried fruits, fresh fruits. There's flavourings, there's syrups, there's jams, there's icing, there's yogurt, there's cream. Everything that you need to make a wonderful biscuit. But remember, we are only looking for the best 3 biscuits. If you win, you get to choose the core ingredient later on today in the invention test. You have 60 minutes on the clock, and your time starts now.
Let's go, team. Straight for the good stuff.
Rightio. Let's make some magic happen. I'm not at all confident with what I'm about to attempt. I'm pretty much flying blind today. I'm making a Monte Carlo with a bit of a twist. So a bit of rhubarb, a bit of custard, see how it goes. I certainly look for help from anyone around at the start of the challenge. The icing sugar turn up in there?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Do I put eggs in? Do I put cream in? I don't really know.
I'm gonna try and do something a little bit different today. I will try and risk it for a biscuit. Today I'm cooking a choux. It's a lime choux with a white chocolate ganache and candied lime zest. I need to have it cooked just perfectly. Whoops. If it's underdone, it'll sag, and then the whole aesthetics of the dish are gone. Yum. I need to get some ganache on because I need to have that set. So when I pipe it into the middle of my choux, it's keeping its form inside the biscuit.
Julia,
Hello.
inspire me with the biscuit you're making.
Biscuits for me are all about home and growing up, and so I'm making the perfect melting moment.
Beautiful. You don't want to be dusty. It's got to really disappear, almost like a gnocchi does, but still have that texture and that crunch when you bite into it.
Yes, and I'm going to make my own raspberry jam, time pending.
Do you think maybe you should be
Getting the jam in?
Getting the jam going now?
Yep. I want these to be cool enough to ice them, so they're my first priority, and then it's jam straight on.
Great thinking.
These biscuits are a secret recipe of mine. It's imprinted on my brain. I've made it that much, and yeah, it's a good one.
My favourite biscuit would have to be the Anzac. It was the staple of Nan's cooking. Even though I don't know the recipe because Nan never cooked with the recipe, I go back to a place that I love being, which is in her kitchen, and just try and remember the things she added, how much she added, and what it tasted like. It needs to taste like a true Anzac tastes. The oats, the chewiness, the golden syrup, that beautiful, warming sort of flavour that an Anzac gives you. That's the most important thing.
Try that when you get a chance. Yeah, it's good. Too sweet? Nah.
30 minutes until we see some sensational sweet treats. They're biscuits, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we want. Let's go.
I know, they look strange. For today's challenge, I am going to make marmoud, which are beautiful little sweet pastries. filled with either pistachios, nuts, dates. I'm just going to take a little spin on it and put some Turkish delight in it. They're just one of those biscuits that you got to have during the celebrations. You know, they're so yummy. Every household has its own little version of it.
Making these reminds me of home, and I am missing home, so yeah, reminds me of Mum and Dad.
This smells like the day before the local show. The whole of the building is just heavy with the smell of biscuits, and there is nothing better than the smell of the bacon biscuits.
Fresh biscuits.
Who'd you like walking around?
The two front runners have to be Julia and Kylie. They were both so excited about this challenge. Kylie, a little lime tulle with a white chocolate ganache, very French. And Julia doing something very Australian, melting moments with a homemade raspberry jam filling.
You know what, but Ben is doing that classic Anzac Bicky with a big jug of milk.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah, I love that.
Good.
And you know, but it's got to be a really good Anzac. It's got to be an Anzac that you go, wow, that's a magnificent Anzac. Because we've all had great Anzacs.
Yeah.
Ooh, come on, Jam.
Going to add a few things that Nan definitely wouldn't have added to Anzac biscuits, and that's white chocolate and cranberry. I love that combination of white chocolate and cranberry, and I think it would go really well with the flavours that are in an Anzac biscuit already. So hopefully that's enough to stand out. Some of the other people around me are making some pretty far-out biscuits.
I'm really happy with how my choules turned out. It's golden brown, and I've been able to turn it around the rolling pin, so I've got the beautiful round shape that I was looking for.
Come on, baby, cool down.
Checked my ganache in the fridge, and it's really oozy. I'm having trouble setting it. It might just melt on the plate. I've got my fingers crossed. I'm feeling like I'm going to vomit, to tell you the truth.
Wow, it's busy in here, and you're looking frenetic, frenzied, and so far, fabulous. 10 minutes to go.
I'm starting to put the biscuits together now and just hoping for the best. I'm pretty chuffed. They look a little Sam-like in that they're a little bit rough and ready, but the custard cream's perfect, it's nice and firm, and the biscuits come out of the oven and they've got a beautiful blushing golden colour, and they're cooked right through.
2 minutes to go.
I'm a little bit frantic. I've just pulled my biscuits out of the blast chiller. The jam's not running off everywhere, so I'm so grateful that they've cooled down enough. I've tried a sample biscuit, and they're how I remember them being from home, so it's not going to get much better than this, and if I am going to win with the melting moment, it's these ones.
A little bit sloppy.
My ganache, unfortunately, I left it too late, so it's really running and it's not going to hold its form.
Dang, they've sunk.
Lock the doors, because the Cookie Monster might get in. You've got 1 minute to go. 30 seconds.
Make it a quickie for your Bicky. There's only 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Time's up, and I'm looking down at a dish that I didn't think I'd be looking down at an hour ago.
I'm a little bit disappointed. My ganache is a little bit runnier than what I would have wanted, but I'm happy with how it looks and it tastes pretty good as well, so pretty pleased with myself.
I'm feeling pretty happy, actually. The only thing is that they're still warm, so the icing sugar's got to start sticking to it now, but hopefully, yay, a winner.
The first biscuit we'd like to taste belongs to Amina.
Amina, booyah! I am happy.
Put me out of my misery, announce my name. I want you to eat my biscuit.
Julia. And the last member of our biscuity trinity, I think it's a surprise to all three of us. And I think maybe a surprise to them as well. Someone who hasn't made a biscuit since they were a kid. And that's Ben.
I'm shocked, surprised, and so proud of myself. I feel a little bit inadequate standing here, but couldn't be happier.
When the judges don't call my name out, I'm pretty disappointed.
OK, Julia, step up. Put your bickies on the counter. Love it. So what are these?
Melting moments.
Wow. They look good, don't they? In fact, I don't think I've seen a melting moment as good as that for a while.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know if I speak on behalf of these guys, but if I don't, I'll be utterly gobsmacked because they are absolutely dead set delicious. Melting moments, they do exactly that. They just, boom, disappear in your mouth. It's delicious. And then you've got that fresh raspberry jam, you know, it's punchy, slightly acidic, and then it's all backed up with a hefty wadge of that vanilla buttercream. Amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Well done, Julia.
Thank you.
Amina, please step forward.
Today I've made marmul, which is filled with pistachios and Turkish delight. And the one on your right is dates and orange blossom water.
You all right over there, George?
You look like you're about 3.
Wow. I have a lot of Middle Eastern friends, and I've eaten these before. And they're the best mahmoud that I've ever eaten.
Thank you.
Ben, oh mate, this is going to get very, very interesting. Amina, thank you.
Thank you.
Ben, step forward. What's the biscuit?
It's an Anzac with cranberry and white chocolate.
You understand that these have to be pretty spectacular Anzac biscuits.
They have to be better than Nan's to beat those two, I would think, and I don't know if they're better than Nan's.
Let's see. The Anzac's a very sacred thing in Australia. It has a real resonance because of Gallipoli. And traditionally, the recipes for Anzac biscuits are very set in their ways.
Yep.
I love the addition of cranberries.
Yep.
And I love the addition of white chocolate. But what I really love is that they don't get in the way of the essential Anzaciness of a biscuit. And I love it because it's an Anzac biscuit for today.
Thank you.
Julia, Amina, Ben, 3 brilliant biscuits. They were glorious. That's cooking that we love to see.
But there can only be one winner, and the winner is Julia. Fantastic job, Julia. That was the most beautiful version of a melting moment. Absolutely notable, memorable, and we'll be talking about that biscuit for a very, very long time to come. Well done.
Thank you.
Julia, that makes you the woman of the moment. You get to choose the core ingredient in the next challenge of the day, the invention test. In this invention test, we're not only going to ask you to cook with a core ingredient, we're going to ask you to encapsulate a whole country. And when I think about this country, I think of speedy mice and sombreros. You will compete in the ultimate Mexican standoff. Today, using one core ingredient that Julia will choose, you're going to have to cook modern Mexican. Ben, you are our Mexican guru. You looked happy about that.
Now I really wish I had won the biscuit challenge, yeah.
Well, Julia, the power is in your hands. Let's go and find out what's in the pantry.
Great. Go, Jules. Be nice.
Ooh. Come on, Julia. 3 you go.
Julia, the first ingredient is corn.
It's stupid to not pick something that favours your cooking skills, so it's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and pick something that everyone else is going to struggle with.
Ooh.
Prawns.
Yeah.
Got little school prawns, tiger prawns, green prawns. Let's see if there's anything uncomfortable under here. Or you might have 3 comfortable ingredients. Ready? You'll love this.
Wow.
Julia, what did you choose to be the core ingredient of today's Mexican invention test?
Well, I could have chosen corn, but I didn't. I could have chosen prawns, but I didn't. I chose cactus.
Why would I do a cactus?
Sorry, guys.
What the?
The cactus I'm looking at is prickly pear, and I know if you boil it up for a few days, you can use it to waterproof your mud brick house.
Who's cooked with cactus? I haven't, but I've tasted it. You know, I'm not going to be nice about it. I'm going to pick something that works well for me and just hope it does. I really want to win again.
Andy, what's going through your head right now?
I have no idea what's going through my head. Why, Julia?
It's an invention test. Why not be inventive? Give it a go.
Yeah.
I've never cooked with it.
Yeah.
Now, this is why you have to produce a great dish. If you produce the best dish of the day, then there's a chance for you to compete in the immunity challenge and win immunity. That's worth fighting for. On the downside, the contestants that produce the 3 least impressive dishes of the day will find themselves in a pressure test, and from there, someone is going home. All right, don't know what you're waiting for. You have 60 minutes, and your time starts now.
60 minutes is a ridiculously short amount of time. Ridiculous.
I think doing a sweet is a good idea for me today because I've taken such a risk with the cactus. You know, I've tasted the prickly pear. It's sweet but still a bit tart, so it could really go either way. It's quite versatile.
I don't have a really great idea at the moment of what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to taste it and then decide, I think.
Careful, careful, guys.
Yeah, please.
It just literally tastes like unripe kiwi, really.
I was extremely confident when I found out we were doing Mexican. The cactus and prickly pear has thrown me.
Doing a Parmesan taco with a scallop tartare, and I'll make a nice little salsa to go on top.
I'm hoping that the cactus is sort of similar to maybe capsicum or cucumber, and I can pickle it. And I'm hoping that the prickly pear will be nice and sweet and almost sort of melony or mango-y.
Picking cactus was either dangerous or brilliant, and you'll just have to find out at the end of the day whether it pays off. I'm cooking a lime panna cotta with a prickly pear syrup, and I'm making a fruit salad with a prickly pear and a tequila and lime syrup. You know, I quite like the granular texture of the prickly pear. So I want that in my salad with some watermelon and some rock melon and some strawberries. Yeah, the panna cotta is definitely my biggest fear. It's something that I haven't made before. It needs to be in the fridge. It needs to be in there for as long as possible because that's a key point to my dish today. I know I'm cutting it fine, but if they set, I think it'll be a good win for me.
Got all the prickles off. The potential still looms large. I think Julia has picked an awesome ingredient. I mean, how utterly random, how bizarre, but also how authentically Mexican. I'm cooking a chicken, tortilla and cactus soup. That's just a bit of chorizo to go in there. I have a good knowledge of Mexican food and I'm actually feeling really confident.
Okay, what are we thinking? I'm so not thrilled that it's a Mexican standoff. I have never cooked Mexican food. I'm thinking beans, I'm thinking spicy. I don't really know. I could make tortillas. Bo actually taught me how to make tortillas in the house a few days ago. So that would be a start.
There's a lot of panic in this kitchen, to be honest. I don't think everybody really knows what this dish is going to look like when they put it up. What do you reckon?
Yeah, there's a lot of wing in it out there.
The lime panna cotta that Julia's making, obviously, she's got everything to prove. She's dumped the other 20 contestants right and seriously into the Mexican poo. and that's why the panna, it's a prickly pear. I mean, this is not an everyday ingredient.
I'll tell you who I would like to do well, and that's Ben. You know, he's shown us a couple of really good Mexican-inspired dishes so far. He's making a little Parmesan taco. He's got scallops, avocado, coriander, chili. He's doing something that looks really light and delicious.
What I love to see is with an ingredient like this, which is so unfamiliar, someone like Deborah tasting it and going, tastes a bit like cucumber, I'm going to make a Mexican-style tzatziki. So I think that we're going to see lots of really inspired little touches to dishes.
Yeah.
The question is, can we see a great overall dish?
Times are flying. You got 45 minutes to go. Don't forget, we want the whole enchilada.
I'm going to do jalapeno poppers, which are these beautiful fried canned jalapenos with this crunchy coating. I'm going to serve them with a green cactus sauce. They're really delicious.
I decided to put the cactus into my creamy green mole sauce, and I'm actually going to chop it up and use it pickled in my poppers.
All right.
Today I'm cooking chili churros with a chocolate avocado sauce and a cactus and tequila syrup.
I'm deep frying the churros in vegetable oil. It's actually just a choux pastry that when you deep fry it, it takes on a totally different texture. It's gorgeous.
So how does the fruit work its way in?
I've created a prickly pear syrup
Right.
with tequila as well. So.
Are you sure you're making enough of the prickly pear? I'm just saying, you know, like, make the most of that
Make an
fruit,
accent.
surely, because that's the core ingredient.
Okay. Thanks for the tip, Gary.
Today I'm cooking raw scallop salad, Mexican style. It's a risk. I don't actually make salads very often, so I had to be very confident that my salad's going to taste good. I started peeling the prickly pear and dicing it small. The annoying thing about doing that was there's so much seeds in there. I tasted one of them and go, wow, it's hard. It's like pebbles. It is like eating stones. So I tried my very best to get rid of most of the seeds in that salad.
Andale, andale, ipa, ipa! 30 minutes to go.
Cheers, I'd love an egg lifter. Halfway through, it's going great. First time cooking Mexican and I'm feeling like a legend. The flavours are coming together and I'm just freestyling completely. Let's give it a go. Chicken chocolate is a classic Mexican dish. Chicken mole, they call it in actual fact. That's one thing I knew.
Hey, Kath, I was just in time, taking the lid off the pressure cooker.
Indeed.
What's in here?
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup?
Mexican chicken soup.
What, just chicken soup?
It's amazing. It's got annatto, achiote chilies in there as well, so making
Right.
a lovely colour. Bit of chorizo, obviously the cactus. Yep.
How are you going to turn that into something that we're going to love? You know what I mean? How are you going to present it?
Tortillas
Yep.
chopped up on top of it.
Yeah.
With some of the guacamole. I'm starting to have a few doubts.
Do you think it's a winning dish?
I'm thinking, damn it, should have done something else.
We're down to the prickly end of this challenge. You got 5 minutes to go.
Ay, caramba.
I'm cruising with my poppers at this stage and I just think, oh my God, what an awesome way to serve it, of just getting this little shot glass, pouring my sauce in there and have it like almost like a little shooter. I think that'll really nail my dish today.
Got 2 minutes to go.
I'm getting a little bit flustered. I'm just praying to the Mexican gods that that panna cotta is set.
Oh, not set. Okay, boiling water, watch out.
I've got a little bit of a backup plan. I've also prepped it in glasses in case it doesn't set. Hopefully that's my saving grace.
We don't want mediocre, we want marvellous Mexican. 1 minute to go.
How can it be 1 minute to go?
"30 seconds.
You got 10 seconds to go. Make the most of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Your time is up. Well done.
Good job. It's so nice working next to you.
Looks pretty spunky, I reckon. Tastes pretty good too.
I would like to be in the top 3. It sort of would be a bit downhearted if I didn't get in there on a cuisine I love.
Don't know about whether I'll get a chance to cook for immunity. I really hope so. I hope I've done the most inventive use of the ingredient.
Now that's what you call an interesting challenge.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for the cactus, Julia. So with that in mind, first up, Ben. Ben?
Yep.
This is really either yours or Julia's challenge to win.
Yep.
Don't you think? You love Mexican food.
Yep.
How have you done?
Cacti threw me a little bit. It took me a little while to get my thoughts organised. It's not probably exactly what I wanted, but I'm reasonably happy with it.
Tell us what the dish is.
Parmesan taco with a scallop tartare and cactus salsa.
What am I going to taste?
Hopefully the saltiness of the Parmesan taco sets off the scallop. There's a little pickled cactus in there, which is quite tart.
Parmesan and scallop I'm not convinced by, because all I can taste is Parmesan. I can taste Parmesan, I can taste tomato, I can taste the fresh, zesty flavours, but you lose the scallop. But what I do like about it is the fact that it is really fresh. Scallops, avocado, cactus, and it's really zingy and tasty, and I get the sense of that fresh Mexican new wave kind of flavour that you've tried to apply to that dish. So well done.
Thank you.
The sign outside the MasterChef kitchen today says invention test. And you've tried to make a taco with Parmesan, which looks great, but all the other flavours are kind of flavours we've seen from you before. At the moment, you're using the reds and the browns and the greens. And there's all these other colours, all these other flavours that you can paint with. And that's what we need to do, get you to the other half of the paint box.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, guys.
Grab your plate. Off you go.
Next up, Alice. Hello, Alice.
Hello, George.
What have you created?
I've created some Mexican chili churros with a prickly pear and tequila syrup and a chocolate avocado dipping sauce.
You know, churros in this kitchen has never worked. It's always been an absolute disaster. Soggy, not nice, not crispy, too oily, not that beautiful sort of crunchy on the outside, you know, really airy in the centre. Never.
Okay. No pressure. Tequila. Too much.
The churros, they're the best that this kitchen's ever seen.
Next dish we'll try is Kath's. So, tell me what the dish is.
So it's a chicken soup with cactus avocado salsa.
Problem. Thick slick of oil across the top. Every spoonful I had there, the first spoonfuls, was probably 2/3 oil and 1/3 soup. And it's a pity because underneath the flavour of the soup, it's great. You've got lots of those kind of warm, kind of spicy flavours, nicely cooked chicken. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's the dish, Deborah?
It's all raw. I've made, I suppose, a Mexican-style tzatziki. Then I've made a raw salad with scallops.
Wow. I love the idea of making a tzatziki using the cactus. Really inspiring.
Bo, what's the dish?
It's a chicken taco with pickled cactus.
You ought to go around with the other 20 contestants and show them how you pickle that cactus. You've done a great job with that.
Got some lime. Ceviche scallop taco with a pineapple cactus salsa.
I like this salsa. The play between the pineapple and the cactus works really well.
Next up to the tasting table is Julia.
I truly believe that my dish is a great idea. I don't think many other people here would have been so creative. So, you know, I'm giving myself points for that.
Julia, what have you cooked?
I've made a lime panna cotta with a prickly pear syrup, and then there's a fruit salad with prickly pear in it and a tequila and lemon syrup on the bottom.
Now, you had the choice of the core ingredient. You picked the cactus and the prickly pear. Your challenge to win, yeah? What was the panna cotta?
Yogurt and milk with a little bit of lime zest.
Do you boil the yogurt?
No, I just brought it up until it was all warm enough and then
So
put
you
the gelatin
warmed it
in.
up, yeah?
I warmed it, I
the
did
whole
not.
amount?
Yeah, but I did not boil it.
That panna cotta is grainy, so there's some sort of process error there. I'm a little bit disappointed.
I love the idea of this little fruit salad, but prickly pear flesh has got these little seeds, a bit like gravel inside them. So when it comes to eating it, I find that quite off-putting.
I did taste it, and it reminded me of sort of a bigger kiwi fruit.
But kiwi fruit doesn't have gravel in it, does it?
Next up, Sam.
Prickly pear and pork mole and cactus salad.
I think it's missing a bit of seasoning. But you know what? I think it's a fine dish.
Thank you, Gary.
I've made a scallop tostada with a cactus slaw.
It's so nice to pick up a tostada that's puffy and light.
Thank you.
Andrew, what's that? Looks like pancakes with strawberry sauce.
It's a tortilla stack. Chicken and chocolate on the bottom. I've fried some beans with some guacamole, and then I've used the prickly pear leaf, more like spaghetti.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you. That is a really heavy dish, and it's honestly a bit weird. You've got chocolate in there, you've got chicken in there, you've got the cactus in there that's all sort of mucilage-y. Andrew, you can't cook like this again. Otherwise, you're not going any further.
Thank you.
Next up, Dalvinda. Dalvinda, what's the dish?
It's a raw scallop salad, Mexican style.
Mexican style. Hey, it's okay. Wow. Dalvinda.
What I love about this dish is it tastes like you've made a kind of South Indian dish, but with purely Mexican flavorings. This is like Bollywood goes to Mexico City. And I love it. And it's got the same kind of crazy brightness and vibrancy of flavors. All things we talked about, acidity, sweetness, all that stuff that we wanted to see, you've delivered in that dish.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but in a good way.
So far, I'm just putting it out there, I think you're the closest one to nail the brief.
Next dish, Mindy's.
I've made stuffed jalapeno peppers and cactus avocado dipping sauce.
Ooh, wow. Crispy, crunchy. I love that little detail there. It's cute, eh? Really clever cooking, Mindy. Clever cooking. Because not only do they look spectacular, but they then do everything that modern Mexican food should do. There's fireworks, there's I want to get up and dance on the table. It's a party on the plate.
Thanks, George.
Well done, Mindy.
It's fantastic and such a relief to hear George tell me that I've nailed the brief, and that's all I really wanted to do, avoid the bottom three, and if I'd nailed the brief, there's no way I'm going into elimination.
What a fantastic and exhausting day in the kitchen with an ingredient like cactus to work with. But something to challenge you. It is the invention test after all. But what was lovely to see, there's a lot of fresh, zingy, zippy food. Great stuff.
Right. 3 of you did a great job, and I'm going to call your names out now. We'll start off with Mindy. Mindy, you managed to take kind of Mexican beer food and make it look elegant and sophisticated with your plating. Those chili rellenos, those stuffed chilies were great cooking, great thinking. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Next up in the winner's enclosure, Alice. Alice, if risotto is a death dish, then there is the curse of the churros normally on the MasterChef kitchen, and you've broken that. Those churros were fantastic. Great combination. Well done.
Good job.
Good work.
Final name. Delvinda. Delvinda, Mumbai has Bollywood. Today you gave us guacamole-wood. You use those ingredients so well. Lovely, tangy but sweet scallops, the chili across the top, the use of the prickly pear. It was just great to see you cook like that, and we're so happy. And please, 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 turning point for you now, okay?
Definitely, thanks.
Mindy, Alice, Delvinda, one of you will be rewarded for your efforts today. That means an opportunity to receive immunity. The winner of the Modern Mexican Challenge is Mindy!
Mindy, you're it.
Thank you.
Immunity is in your sights again.
That's scary in itself. That sets a little bit of urgency and panic in my blood, but it's so exciting.
Good stuff. Well, that was the good news. Now for the bad. There were 3 of you that made Mexican food that didn't impress and wasn't so modern. Andrew. Kath. Julia.
Three of us are really strong cooks in the competition, and I guess it just shows each and every dish you cook counts.
You know, Julia, in the years we've been doing MasterChef, picking the core ingredient hasn't been a passport to a win. It's often been a passport to a pressure test.
From great heights, one must fall. And that's what happened to me today, but you know what? I took the risk, I was willing to take it, and yeah, I'm just going to stay focused, and I know I can cook, I know I'm staying.
Tomorrow you need to return like a great Mexican dish, all fire and vibrancy and excitement. And I'm going to leave you with one well-chosen Mexican proverb. The time has come, my little green chilies, to add your flavour to the broth. Off you go.
See you.
See you guys.
Thanks, mate. It's all good. I am quite shell-shocked to be in the bottom 3, but, you know, I made this bed. It might be a bit prickly now, but I've still got to lie in it.
Next time on MasterChef Australia.
If you crack under pressure, you'll go home. It's as simple as that.
Australia's much-loved cook, Maggie Beer, returns to set the challenge in a pressure test.
Simple. This is not my forte.
As Julia, Kath and Andrew cook for their lives and their future in the competition.
If you burn it, you're out.
And for someone, the MasterChef journey will end.
Any last words?
Proof's in my pudding.
The moment of truth.
Plus, as a special treat,
I'm Buddy Valastro, and I'm the cake boss.
Mindy, Alice and Dalvinda get some cake tips from the master baker and decorator himself.
I got some tricks.
You can see why he's the cake boss.
It's good cake.